Hi guys, Tracy here, and I am so excited to share this with you guys. I have a product share with you guys. So I have been a fan of Marie-Pierre Capistran, whose name I probably pronounced very poorly, but I have been a fan of her work. I've been following her on Instagram and just in love with all that she does. And so I am so excited to be able to bring you guys a whole bunch of products from her very first line, which is called Here Comes the Sun. So if you don't follow Marie-Pierre Capistran, definitely go and check out her work because she is an amazing scrapbooker. I love, love, love her work, but I especially love what she does with watercolor. And so her first collection called Here Comes the Sun, this was put out by Pretty Little Studio. And so I had told her that I would love to have a chance to work with her products, and she was so sweet, and the owner of Pretty Little Studio was so sweet and sent me all of these goodies. And I knew that they didn't make 12 by 12 paper, so I wasn't expecting a whole lot of product to come. But holy moly, look at all this stuff. I was blown away. I got this package and I knew it wasn't going to be a big pizza box because I know they don't have 12 by 12. So I got this box and I was like, I looked at the address and I'm like, oh, okay, there's the Pretty Little Studio stuff. And I picked it up and it was so heavy. I was like, what on earth is in here? Because I knew it was just one collection, but look at all the goodies. And according to the email, I don't even have all of the stuff here. There's a bunch more stuff available in this line. So I'm going to show you what stuff they sent me. I'm going to show you all of these goodies up close and personal so that you can get a sense of just how pretty this collection really is. These are like, I had to Facebook message her this morning because this arrived yesterday and I just opened it this morning, and usually I open things on camera, and I'm actually glad that I didn't record it because I was stunned. I wasn't even able to speak because I was just it's so pretty. And so I actually Facebook messaged Marie-Pierre and said, like, oh my gosh, this is like the most beautiful scrapbooking supplies I've ever seen. Like, I've never seen anything that is so consistently beautiful. Like, every single piece is stunningly beautiful. I cannot wait to work with this stuff. Oh my goodness. So I am going to show you guys each of these products. And also, I'm so impressed because Melissa makes my job so much easier by telling me about every single thing that she sent. So I'm going to be able to give you lots of good information about these products as well as show you them. Okay, so let's start by talking about paper. So we have 6 by 6 paper and we have 8 by 8 paper. And there's also 4 by 6 paper. So let me find that. Journaling cards, 4 by 6 pocket cards. There is so much here. Oh my goodness, I just have to like take a moment and sort it all out. There's die cuts, more die cuts, more die cuts. There are stickers, a lot of stickers, more die cuts, more stickers, washi. Okay, I think that this is the 4 by 6 paper. These are 4 by 6 journaling cards, letter stickers, and phrase sticker. I'm going to put these sorts of stickers all together. And then I haven't even looked at this. Freebies. Okay, I know what those are, so I'll tell you what those are too. Alrighty. Holy moly, 2 different kinds of washi. Alright. Okay, I've got little piles now. So what I've done is I have grouped together all of the products here. Let me just shift things down so that you can see everything. There's literally so much here it won't even fit in my screen. I've grouped everything together and I'm going to do my best to explain all the different parts of this collection. So first of all, as far as paper goes, there are 2 paper packs in this collection. One is called Up in the Air and one is called Summer Party. So it's all part of the Here Comes the Sun collection, but there's kind of like 2 sub collections. So this one is called Summer Party and this one is called Up in the Air. So that's a lot of different paper, and then this one is also another version of Up in the Air. So each of these 2 paper collections, Summer Party and Up in the Air, come in all 3 sizes, so you can get both I only have one of each, but you can get only, as if I don't have much here, right? Like I've got this is a lot of product. So you can get the 8x8 in Up in the Air or Summer Party. You can get the 6x6 paper pack in Summer Party or Up in the Air, and you can get the 4x6 paper pack in Summer Party or Up in the Air. So I want to show you these papers, so let's start with Up in the Air. So this collection came out in 2016, and so the back sheet of paper just shows you what all of the different patterns look like, and of course these are really great for using as well because they're just cute little squares. So you could punch different shapes out of these and have like a smaller version of the same paper. So it's single side. I'll just give you a really quick flip through and then I will show it in detail because this paper is so pretty. So we've got the facing sheet that just tells you about the collection. And then we have, this one is called Beauty. And it's hot air balloons in beautiful pink stripes, pink and white stripes. This one is called Classic Stripes. And it's like a beautiful watercolored stripe. A diagonal stripe. This is so pretty. I'm going to be very repetitive because I love this collection. There's only so many ways that you can say I love something. This one is called Cotton Candy, and I love this, that it gives you this nice frame here that you could do something really fun with. Oh! I'm having so many ideas, and this might be one of my favorite papers in the whole collection. These adorable, tall, skinny, I guess flamingos are always tall and skinny, but these are exceptionally skinny. Little flamingos are just so cute. I love these. And these adorable little hearts as well, and I love how detailed they are. Look, the hearts are darker in one corner. It's just so pretty. Ah, this one is called Flamingo Love. This one is called Here Comes the Sun, and another favorite because I love that it's like a partial sky painting that just becomes like white drippy paper. Oh, I love that. There's something about the incomplete look that just, oh, I really love it. She's such an amazing designer. And the clouds have these little borders around them. See, like it doesn't just, what am I trying to say here? It's like it's outlined in a different kind of paint. And it all has it's all on smooth and it's pretty thick cardstock, but it's on a smooth surface cardstock, but it looks like watercolor paper. Like it's got the texture printed into it. It has what we call visual texture, which means it looks textured, but it's actually smooth. This one says Higher in a cursive font in beautiful brush script, and it's called Higher. This one is called Jump In, and it totally looks like a pool that you'd want to jump into. Love this. Love the color scheme, that kind of greeny yellow and blue. Now this one is called Polka Dance, and every good collection ought to have a black and white pattern in it, and this is just so pretty. I love it. Polka Dance. This one is called Rainy Day, and it's all these adorable little raindrops. in varying shades of blue and turquoise. This one is called Soap Bubbles, and I love the pops of color on this page. I love that this collection is mostly kind of soft colors, but it also has a lot of vibrant pops in it as well. Pops of color like this really dark pink and then the really bright yellow. So pretty. And I love the black outlining. I don't have to outline because it's already done. This one is called Summer Party, and it's all kinds of beautifully watercolored popsicles, watermelons, and ice cream cones, as well as hearts and polka dots. Love it. This one is called Sunset. Very pretty. I like the interrupted beams here. This one is called Wild Flowers, and it's one of the, I love casual florals that look kind of hand doodled. It's also a really beautiful neutral grayish blue. So pretty. This one is called Wood Grain, and this might be one of my favorite wood grains I have ever seen. Oh, I love it. I love how colorful it is, and yet it has a nice neutral feel. So pretty. Look at the detail. It totally looks like real watercolor here. That's so nice. Love that paper collection. So now let's have a look at the second collection called Summer Party. So that one was up in the air. Let's look at Summer Party. And this one I have in 6x6. But again, as I mentioned, both collections are available in all 3 sizes. So we start with the facing sheet here that just gives you a sneak peek of what's to come. The back side does have the little squares, so you could use this for punching or using just to have extra small versions of all of the patterns. So let's start with this one. It's so pretty. I love this color of green. Little succulents, so detailed. Look at that little drawing of a little tub of succulents and little pots. And they're all different directions. They're just so cute. Here is a cloud page. And I don't have the names for the papers in this collection because it's the 6x6, so it doesn't have the little bands on the bottoms of them. This one is a combination of dark pink hearts, light pink hearts, and outlined hearts. This one is a repeating pattern of pink watercolored hearts. This one is like a splotchy citrus print. With gray polka dots, or I guess those are actually pink polka dots. Oh. What have we here? Oh, we have a plain white paper. Not sure if that is a mistake or if we just have an extra piece of plain white paper. We have kind of like the other paper that I like in this one, the yellow, I think it was yellow, the first or second one. It was pink, kind of like this, but in blue. Lots of good design options for that kind of a page. I could see like outlining or sewing around in black and then putting your little layout in the middle. Really pretty. Another black and white print. This one is a hand-drawn star print with lots of different sizes of stars. So pretty. Another one of those frames, this time in yellow. So nice. So on my little screen here, this is reading as a mustardy deep yellow, but this is actually a very light citrusy yellow. I will try to color correct it if it comes out wrong on my computer screen. But this is like a really intense, bright lemon yellow. And this one is a kind of like a triangular pattern. And again, I love the interruptions in this collection. It just adds so much interest and makes your background look like a mixed media handmade background, but it's nice to just have some of these already done, right? So I am so looking forward to using these papers. This one is more of a citrusy green with splotches and a bit of a partial frame there. And I kind of love this. Okay, I'll show you what it is. It's a series of hot air balloons, and what I really like about it is that it's different intensities. So this one is really, really pale, this one is really, really dark, and then those two are kind of in between. And there are like splotches of paint all around it too. That's really pretty. And I find when you have a pattern that's really small like this, I don't feel as compelled to use it thematically, which means this, when you look at it from afar, this really just looks like a pattern. It's not until you look at it really closely that you see that it's hot air balloons. So for example, if I were doing an indoor page or something that didn't relate at all to hot air balloons or flight or the sky or outdoors or anything like that, I could still, I mean, you can always use whatever designs you want in whatever page you want. It's your scrapbook, do what works for you. But even if you tend to feel obligated to use paper that is like have a reason to use something like a flamingo or a hot air balloon or something, I find that when the pattern is small like this, it's a lot easier to go off theme with it and just use it as a neutral pattern and not think about it as a hot air balloon. So that's what I really like about this kind of paper. And hot air balloons are not all that themed anyways. You can, even if you wanted to use it thematically, you could use it about, you know, taking flight, about travel, about following your dreams, about, it could be about the beautiful outdoors. It could, you know, you could work hot air balloons into lots of different topics thematically. And then we have more watercolored hearts. And again, that is not as mustardy as it seems to look. Now, when you guys see this, it might look right, so I hope it does. It's a citrusy yellow, like a lemon yellow. And this, I love this. This is another one of my favorites. It's like little hand-drawn crosses. They look like cross-stitch, but a painted version of cross-stitch. I love the variation. I love how the yellow and pink have mixed to make orange. It's just so pretty. Look at this. Oh my goodness. This is a whole bunch of patterns that show up in the collection, and they're, or shapes, I guess, that show up in the collection, and they're all put together in this big circle of shapes. Oh, I'm going to hold it still so you can take a good look at the detail of that. This would look beautiful as an 8x8 piece of paper. Or, well, it would look great as a 12x12 as well, but they don't make 12x12. So I love this. So I thought I would tell you a little bit about Pretty Little Studios because I did not know much about it. So the thing that I find the most interesting about Pretty Little Studio is that they do everything in-house. So all of this stuff comes from, so all of these products are actually made in-house in South Carolina. So it's not manufactured overseas and shipped here. It is made right here in North America in South Carolina, and they do all of their own printing and packaging and stuffing and die cutting. They process all their own orders and ship out from their own home office. So this means that Melissa does almost all of this work herself, and so it really is a labor of love. And you just don't get, and you can feel it in the quality of the papers. They're like I said, it's cardstock weight pattern papers here. And that's part of why they don't do 12 by 12. She told me that they could do 12 by 12, but they just don't have the space because they're doing it from their offices. So they are in the process of building a new production and warehouse. So when that's finished, they will probably start making some 12 by 12 papers. So that is really worth looking forward to. And I thought it was really interesting that she started, this all started as a hobby on Etsy. And she just wanted to make a bit of extra money for scrapbooking supplies, and so she started making stuff and selling it on Etsy, and now here she is, and she has this awesome, successful scrapbooking company. I'm not going to show you every one of the patterns again because these are the same patterns from the Up in the Air collection in the 8x8 that I just showed you, but I just wanted to point out that the 4x6 cards are basically just 4x6 versions of the same prints, so they are rectangular instead of square, so that will affect some of the pages. So for example, this one used to have, in the 8x8 version, it has like a big white area here, so it's just kind of cut off. So they're not all just shrunk down, they're kind of cut off as well. So there you get like a partial version of that one. So really pretty. And you also get the little sheets on the front and on the back to show you the pattern. And like I said, you can make use of those with your punches. So that's the paper collection, and stunningly beautiful. I really cannot wait to use it. So in this looks like a set of acetate or vellum or something, kind of specialty paper. So let's have a look at this and see what it is. So I'll talk about these freebies in a second, but first let's talk. Oh my goodness. No way. Oh. Okay, so this is beautiful vellum, and it has like it's such a thin vellum, it's almost like tissue paper. Listen. So let me get a piece of white paper so that I can show you what these look like. Thin, thin vellum. This one is called Yummy Medley. And it's that pattern that I like so much. That's all the icons from the, or all of the shapes from the collection all put together in this big giant circle. Oh, I am in love with this. Love, love, love. And then another one of my favorite papers, which is this awesome, funny flamingo. He's just so cute. I love him. And then we have a piece of teardrop or raindrop paper. It's called Raindrops. And then we have, so 3 pieces of vellum and 3 pieces of acetate. This one is black and white, or I mean transparency. This one is circles. This one is hearts. Oh, we get 4 pieces of the acetate. And then this one is that same flamingo paper I love so much. So hooray for specialty paper, which is especially awesome for use in Project Life and mini albums. I really love using acetate as extra pages in my mini albums, and also to make little see-through pages pockets in Project Life. So hooray for that. And then these freebies, let me tell you about the freebies. So I have 2 of them here. I have one for June and one for July, and these are exclusive freebies. So each month, one of the designers at Pretty Little Studio makes an exclusive item, either die cuts or stickers or flare badges, and any order over $25 receives the monthly exclusive freebie. And so you can't purchase these, but this is just an example of some of the things that you can get for free when you place a $25 order at Pretty Little Studio. So this one is designed by Marie-Pierre. I'm so bad at pronouncing French. I think it sounds so beautiful when other people pronounce it. So these are just adorable. What a nice little freebie. So useful. Sometimes freebies are not all that useful, but look at this guy. He's just so adorable. And I think that this Flamingo might be where it all started, because I heard Marie-Pierre interviewed on Live Inspired, and she was saying that Melissa had asked her to make a watercolor flamingo for her, and that's kind of how they got started with the idea of her having her own collection, is just they were kind of talking back and forth, and she had a lot of ideas, and Melissa said, why don't you do a whole collection? And that's how it all started. So I think it's really awesome to have this little flamingo, and, you know, like part of where the whole collection started. I think that's really kind of special and meaningful. I like that. I'm kind of making the assumption that this was the flamingo, but a flamingo is what started it all. So that's really cute. Really cute. I'm not going to put those back in on screen, but so that's one freebie. And then here's the July freebie. It's all these handwritten phrases, and it's designed by Hello Heather. Okay, so I can't get fun out of the package, but that's what fun looks like. Every day, relax, sunshine, sunshine and smiles. Let's go. I like that the ones that go together are melded together. Like it's die cut as one single piece instead of me having to find good and times separately. Just as a scrapbooker, those are the kinds of things that make products easier to use. So you can kind of tell that these are made by real scrapbookers, not just designers who aren't like part of the hobby. That's awesome. So let's start by talking about the die cuts. These are images, die cut images that are designed to coordinate with the papers that I just showed you. So these are the full size images. The die cuts are larger, so they're twice as big as the images that you'll see on the stickers. It sounds to me like there's a lot of repetition between the stickers and the die cuts, so you may not need to get both die cuts and stickers for this set. You might want to choose a couple of sets to get die cuts and then a couple of different sets to get the sticker versions. The sticker versions, I think she said that there are sticker versions of all of the die cut sets available in clear as well as in white, and the stickers are half the size of the die cuts, so they're basically just shrunken and put onto a set of stickers. So that is, you know, it's good to know those sorts of details when you're ordering online. Sometimes it's really hard to tell by the little images that they have what it is you'd be getting. So I'm going to show you, I think I might have all of the die cut sets here. I don't have all of the sticker sheets, so I'll show you all of the die cuts. And I'll show you them in detail so that you really know what you're getting. First, I'll show you what the overall options are. So this is, so these are 24 Here Comes the Sun die cuts. Then we have 28 higher die cuts. So these are themed. So these are just general shapes to go with the collection. And then these are themed for the hot air balloon part of the collection. And then we have 26 coffee time die cuts. So these have coffee cups and teacups and cookies and stuff. Oops, sorry about that. And then we have 28 cactus die cuts. So these kind of go along with the cactus theme part of the paper. This one is called To the Moon and Back, and it has lots of little phrases and hearts and moons and stars. And then this one is called Label Medley, and it has a bunch of labels and some stars as well. So I am going to show you these die cuts in detail, just because I think I have one of each set of the die cuts, so this is what I'll show you one of, and then I'll just quickly show you the stickers because they are the same designs but just smaller. So this is the Here Comes the Sun die cuts. Cute little ice cream cone and little hearts. I love the variety of the sizes of these because it makes it easier to layer things when you've got a variety of different sizes. So here's more, some clouds and hearts and a larger flamingo. Okay, there we go. These are really good quality die cuts. They're nice. They're on like a heavy cardstock. They're a nice white, and they're well cut. That's the next one I want to show you guys. The higher die cuts. So the one that's kind of front and center is this big, beautiful hot air balloon, and this one as well. These will look so lovely on a page together. Look at them, the three. Look at those, they're just so lovely with their little baskets. And the baskets are all different, or there's like 3 different versions of the basket. So nice. A whole bunch of clouds and hearts and a sun. Some words. I especially like shine. I love how it goes from yellow to orange to pink. And even the background cardstock on this one is really cute and worth using. Let's do coffee time. So here's the first batch. Your One Tough Cookie shows up in a couple of different places. Some hearts and a sun. Another little flower. And I like to see repetition of shapes in different sizes. So we've got 2 different sizes happy faces, 2 different sizes of flowers. I just dropped something. And you can tell that they would be Starbucks, but they're not. Fantastic and good morning, and then a couple more hearts. Then we have to the moon and back. Some cute phrases and flower and a scribbly circle. Lots of different sized hearts and stars in this collection, in this little set. And different sizes of that flower. There's a couple of different banners in this and a third one that I already showed you that you could customize. You could stamp something or write something on there or put one of the little phrase stickers from the set, from the collection. This one is called Cactus. I like that you can pick and choose what part of the collection you'd like to focus on. So if cacti aren't your thing, just don't buy this set of cactuses, and then you can just de-emphasize the part of the collection that you like less. So that's pretty cool. What's not to love about these though? Holy moly! Some more cacti and phrases. This one says, life is tough, but so are you. Believe that's life. A bunch of leaves. More banners, more phrases, more leaves, and more little tiny hearts. Then we have the label medley. And these include a whole bunch of tiny little stars and a whole bunch of labels that I don't have to show quite as closely because you guys know what labels look like. But these labels have, like, they're not just labels, they're watercolor painted labels. So that means that the center of them isn't just plain white, it has a bit of watercolor paper look to it. It is a flat paper, but it has the visual texture of watercolor paper on it. It's just so lovely. Okay, so let's talk about the stickers now. I've taken them all out of their packaging so that you can see them without the reflection, but I'm not going to show them in quite as much detail as I did the die cuts because it's easy for you to take them all in one quick glance, okay? Keep in mind that the stickers, basically, everything that you see on the sticker set comes in the die cut set that has the same name. So this one is called Here Comes the Sun. It has all the shapes from the Here Comes the Sun die cuts, but these are half the size and they're on either white or clear sticker paper. So most of the sets that I have are white, but you can get all of the sets in both white and in clear. All right, so let's start with Here Comes the Sun. So here's how they look. And they're basically, you know, little white stickers with the white border around the edge of them. Here's the higher stickers. Here is To the Moon and Back. And I just wanted to show that these stickers are pretty intricately cut, like this star, for example, has even the center cut out of it already. That's impressive. And each of them are on a piece of cardstock that you could totally use as a background as well, like as a pattern paper. This one is the Coffee Time stickers. Here are the cactus stickers. So pretty. I love the cactus ones. They're so adorable. And then I have one set of the clear. These are the Here Comes the Sun stickers. So, oh, it looks like I have Here Comes the Sun in both white and clear. So I'll put them here side by side so you can see the difference. And here is what the same sticker, here's how the same sticker looks in, oh, that's really nice actually. So this is the same sticker, clear version. See how see-through it is? It's so nice. It's not just a clear background, it's actually like a semi-transparent sticker. And then that's what the white one looks like. So, woo! Nice to have options. Hard to choose though. Yep. Really hard to choose. It would be, yeah, I would have a hard time choosing. I'm glad someone else chose for me. All right, so then we have a huge assortment of these really wonderful letter stickers. I love a few things about these letter stickers. First of all, I love that they have large and small, like an uppercase and a lowercase of each of them. And I love that they look kind of hand-drawn as opposed to typed or like a computer font. Really pretty. The same font, I really love it when companies do this, when they make the exact same font in lots of different color schemes. It makes mixing and matching so easy. And it just makes the products so much more fun to work with when you know that you can, you know, go back and forth between using different, like if you were doing a big project with this collection, for example, which you totally could because there's so much in it, it would be nice to know that you have different options for fonts, but they'll all have a nice unified look to them. These products would be amazing for making a mini album or like a project life album that you want to have a really similar look all through the whole project. So let's say you took a trip someplace or you wanted to do like a project life, a detailed project life of your summer. Maybe you did something really spectacular for the summer, or maybe you just want to capture your everyday life for the summer. This would be a beautiful set of supplies to document the whole thing in a really nice coordinated way and have like a polished looking finished product that looks very pulled together and beautiful. You cannot go wrong when you're sticking pretty things to other pretty things. You're guaranteed to have good outcomes. Like these things are going to look nice no matter what you do with them. They're so beautiful. Okay, so we have a set of adorable little word stickers. That's how they look. I love collections that include these word stickers. Think positive, don't worry, fearless, lovely, love you more, oh yes, dance, fly, I love you exactly the way you are. Really beautiful phrases. And they're on the back side if you want to refer to it. And then some really cute little labels. These are really great for project life. Again, it gives you a nice coordinated look if you use these repeatedly on the same project. And really pretty. Beautiful colors. And nice and simple. Good for adding captions and titles and stuff, or dates. Good for your roller date stamps. Now let's have a quick look at the washi. I am loving more and more the idea of having washi strips instead of rolls of washi tape, because I find even for washi tape that I really, really love, I use at most a couple of strips of it and then it sits in my washi tape storage. Don't get me wrong, it is nice having rolls of washi tape and feeling like you can use as much as you want because you're never going to get to the end of the roll. There's some freedom that kind of comes with knowing that you can use it freely and not have to kind of skimp and save it. But for really, really pretty washi tape, I like getting these little strips. It's like a really nice way to get a sampling of a whole bunch of different washi tapes and not have to have like $3 a roll for all of these, right? So more and more I am loving these. I used to not think that these were very practical and I hardly ever used them, but more and more I'm using them and loving them. And Pretty Little Studio makes these washi strips a lot. We've received some of them in our hip kits and I really love working with them. So lots and lots of flare badges. Let's talk about these flare collections. So this one is called Rain Flare Buttons. This one is called Cactus. We have Summer and we have Coffee. I will show you just the quality of these, and then I'll just show you them in the packages. I do really enjoy flare. I feel like flare is a supply that was overdone for a little while, and I kind of got a little bit away from using flare, but I feel like I'm ready to come back to flare, and I have been using it more and more on my pages lately. I feel like it's kind of becoming a classic scrapbook supply staple, as opposed to when they first came out, they were kind of trendy, and they've kind of stood the test of time, and they've sort of become a mainstay now. So that's how they look. They are the flat-backed ones, which means you don't have to use a piece of foam adhesive to stick it to your page. You can just put some of your regular dry adhesive, or a little bit of liquid adhesive would hold it down too. Tombow Mono Multi would do well with this, but I typically just use my ATG for this, or whatever tape runner I'm using at the time. So I'll show you these ones up close. There's glare anyways on these, so I'm just going to leave them in my package so that the video isn't quite as long. These are the summer ones. So the ones I first showed were the rain, and then these are the summer. And then I adore this heart. Adore it. I can't wait to use it. And look at the little cacti. Oh my goodness. And then a set of coffee. And there might be more of these. I didn't check the website. I did check the website to see what shipping was like, and I can tell you that shipping is really reasonable. I think it's $6.99 for shipping to Canada, up to $25, and then it jumps up to $17 for if you order more than $25 or less than 50. No, less than 100. It jumps up to 17, and then it kind of goes up a little bit each kind of level beyond that. There's a really nice table on the website about shipping that you can use to look it up. So it's one of those things that if you order $25 or less, it's really reasonable shipping. If you're placing more than 25 but less than 50, you're better off to place two separate orders and pay $7 for shipping twice, as opposed to paying $17 for shipping for more than that. So that's something to keep in mind as well. If you live in Canada, if you live in the United States, then shipping is much more reasonable. So then we have 3x4 pocket cards in all those different themes as well. We have Everything Okay, we have High Five, we have Sunshine and Rain, we have Summer, and we have Coffee Break. So let's take a super quick flip through these. So gold foil accents, beautiful. Two cards like that. It's going to be okay. You got this. A little ledger card. Little speech bubble. The heart. To the moon and back. Splatters. And then we're back to the beginning. This is the High five cards. Dreams really do come true. High five. These are white on the other side, by the way. Higher, higher with a hot air balloon. Remember. And Marie-Pierre does a lot of Project Life, so it makes sense that her products include lots of Project Life items. Beautiful gold foil, 2 of them. It looks like there's 2 gold foil in each, or at least in some of the collections. This is the set called Sunshine and Rain. Raindrops. It takes sunshine and rain to make a rainbow. Some lines. That beautiful partial sky that I love so much. The sunset paper. This is the foil doodle circle, and then foil doodle stars. Love you. Then we're back to the beginning. This is called Summer. Gold foil sun. Partial watercolored sky. My favorite little flamingo guy. He's so cute. Hearts. An orange. Watercolor pink with a white speech bubble. Watermelon. Speech bubble heart. There we go. And last but not least, we have Coffee First. This one says, but first coffee, with a coffee ring stain on it. That's awesome. What a great detail. Here comes the sun. More strips of color. Another coffee ring. A banner. That amazing wood grain that I love so much. Ah! Love that. Love that too. Now let's have a look at the very last thing I have to show you, which is 2 packs of 4x6 cards. I don't know what the theme is for these. This one is called Shine Journaling Cards. There are 8 of them, including this beauty. Everything happens for a reason. Remember, with the flamingo. Love you. A frame with the rain in the background. More of those sunset rays. And another journaling page. And weathered wood. This one is called Here Comes the Sun pocket cards. There are 8 of them, including this gold foil sunshine rays, pink watercolor, different colored watercolor hearts. Here comes the sun, that partial sky that I love so much, a postcard, a banner with stripes, thoughts for the soul with a coffee stain and coffee cup. And then that's just the piece that shows you what it comes with. So I can't even believe that this isn't all of the items in the collection. There is just so much prettiness to take in this collection. It's just unbelievable. I am so in love with it. So in love with it. So thanks so much for watching. I will leave the link to Pretty Little Studio so you can check out their shop and check out this amazing collection. They do have other collections as well. This is some of the most stunningly beautiful scrapbook supplies I have ever seen in my life. I love these. I am so in love because I am not an artist. Like I can't make these kinds of images, and I think it's so beautiful when people include watercolored illustrations and pictures, and I just can't do that, and I don't have the time to invest in learning those skills. So to be able to have a collection like this that allows me to bring these beautiful watercolor elements into my own work without me having to master the actual skills of watercoloring is just fantastic. I'm so pleased to have a chance to work with this. And so a big giant thank you to Pretty Little Studio And big giant thanks and hugs to Marie-Pierre herself for facilitating this and allowing me to work with her beautiful, beautiful products. I will try to do them justice, and I will have so much fun working with these beautiful things. So thanks so much for watching. Make sure you check out Pretty Little Studio if you'd like to pick up some of these goodies for yourself. Take care and have a really great scrappy week.